This is Numbers Don't Lie 71 Things You Need to Know About the World by Vaclav Smil. First, the author uses hard data to challenge popular ideas about global demographics and superpowers. He covers the people section by showing that basic public health, like the massive structural threat to modern economies, while proving that basic public health, like the massive return on investment from vaccines and low infant mortality, is the truest measure of a society's success. The hidden structural rot beneath global giants. In the countries section, he debuts the hidden struggles of global giants. The US lags behind Europe in health and education despite its wealth. Japan is stagnating under an aging population, and China faces a steep decline due to severe environmental degradation and rapid demographic shrinking. I feel a sober sense of caution and anxiety reading these statistics, as it is deeply unsettling to see how quickly global superpowers can collapse due to many reasons. The unyielding importance of manufacturing. This section shifts from the geography to the material and energetic foundations of our world, wrapping up the countries chapter before diving deeply into machines, designs, devices, and fuels. The author details the unyielding importance of manufacturing over service economies, comparing the surprisingly parallel long-term struggles of Russia and the US. Charts the predictable rise and fall of global empires. Next, we still live in the 1880s. Moving into technology, he explains how the fundamental innovations of 1880s still anchor modern civilization, which contextualize modern tech by showing how progress from diesel to microchip is bounded by Moore's curse, meaning real innovation takes much longer than Silicon Valley promises. This is what we just talked about, and he also explains why wind turbines are still fundamentally tethered to fossil fuels for construction. I think I think this part strips away the shiny, flawless narrative of the future, showing we still heavily rely on tools made from the past. Next is the transportation bottleneck. The author explains that why heavy ocean crossing container ships are practically impossible to run on electricity because it's too heavy. Battery storage is a massive bottleneck. The sheer weight and low energy density make them physically unviable for moving the world's physical goods around. Next, reign of kerosene. Kerosene remains undisputed king of aviation fuel because of its massive energy density. We cannot pack enough other kinds of power into a small enough space without combustion. Inefficiency of the modern car. This part shows that modern cars suffer from an incredibly inefficient weight to pay ratio. He concludes by analyzing the electric cars, warning that they simply shift emissions from the tailpipe to the electricity grid for now, proving why kerosene still remains the king. And basic combustion engines are actually older than the modern safety bicycle designs, yet the bicycle remains indefinitely superior in the payload to weight efficiency. Next is EV illusion. Electric cars do not eliminate emissions. That is what we just talked about. Until the grid is entirely free of the fossil fuels required to build and power it, the EV is displacement of a problem, not completely fixing the problem. Next is the Haber-Bosch miracle. The next is agriculture, the unknowledged foundation of our world, transitioning into how we're damaging and protecting the world, highlighting that half the global population literally will not be alive without synthetic nitrogen fertilizer made via the Haber-Bosch process. we highlight that how bluefin tuna towards extinction and the massive rise of chicken as the world's dominant meat due to its highly efficient feed to meat ratio. Finally, moving on to our environmental footprint. We live in a planet defined by artificial intelligence. The sheer biomass of domesticated livestock vastly outweighs all wild animals combined. The natural world is no longer purely wild, it's an engineered machine. Ultimately, this book is a reality check proving numbers don't lie. They simply demand that we finally face the truth about our world.